Hey everyone, it's Scott again with mobile in 5 to 10 minutes. Today we're going to look at UITableView and sections and how to implement them within inside of your apps. It's very easy to do. You just have to make sure that you keep a few things straight and override a few extra UITableView data source delegate methods. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so in order to do multiple sections inside of your UE table view, and here I've done a number and letters section and then items inside of it, and so I've gone ahead and coded up already those arrays for our UE table view source. So of course you have to implement the UE table view data source protocol. There's two other methods that you'll have to override as well. One of them being the number of sections. That is very similar to the number of rows in your section in terms of its functionality. So we're going to return back a number that says, hey, we've got X number of sections that we're going to display in our app. And also the other one too is it's the title for the header in the section as well. And so as the UE table view is getting built, the number of sections that you supply there, it's going to go through using that iterator protocol design pattern, and of course your atypical number of rows in section and also the cell for the row in section. So let's go ahead and code this up. I've got a number array and a letter array and also our section array. So let's go ahead and use this override function, a number of sections. Let's go ahead and return our section array count. That will tell the UE table view that, hey, I've got whatever our array is or our data source number of sections, and using that's that protocol design pattern. I'm sorry, iterator design pattern for overriding the UE table view data view protocol. So let's go ahead and the title for the section header. So as it loops through here with that iterator, we're going to return the section array title. So let's go ahead and just do that. Return section array sub, and then we'll use that section as it comes in. And asks for what the title is. It's going to ask for, hey, what's my what's my section that I'm looking at, either 0 through n numbers depending on how many number of sections I have here. So we're returning 2. Okay, and so now we're basically that's it. We've pretty much coded up how to display sections in here. We've got 2 sections. Now we're going to just code up our UE table view cells that we're going to display. So let's go ahead and do that. So I've already kind of coded this up. Let's count number of rows and sections. So what you have to do is actually, that's the key here, is number of rows in that section. So for our section, if section is equal to 0 for our first section, then we're going to return that count, which the first section that we have is numbers, and also our number array here we're going to do is equal to number array dot count there. Else if section is equal to 1, then we're going to return that letter array, because letters is our second set that we're going to display here. So letter array dot count, and of course count is equal to. So now we've got count being returned for each section, and that's again an iterator pattern. And here I've gone ahead and coded up quickly, dequeuing our regular self a row at section, but because of that, also we're going to also need you know, to return our strings or our title for that cell. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going ahead and let cell is equal to, we're going to dequeue that cell, and then so if index path, and that's what we're working on, section is equal to 0, else if index path dot section is equal to 1, then we're going to use a different array for each one. So the first section that we have here is numbers, so we're going to use number array. Actually, we're going to cell dot text label text is equal to the number array, and this is our title for our cell. Index path dot row, because we're using the row, and basically this is going to be the same thing here. Letter array index path dot row. Okay, so what this is saying is that if you come in and you're looking at a section 0, which corresponds to our number array, we're going to look at, okay, our number array and return that. So numbers and letters for that second one. So let's go ahead and just run that real quick. And as you can see, our numbers and also their cells and also our letters and their cells are showing. So quick recap, in order to do sections, you have to return the number of sections. By default, it's always going to be 0. If you got, or I'm sorry, 1 if you got a number of sections and you don't override that. And for the title for that section header is there too as well, again using that iterator design pattern. And pretty much the other second thing that you have to think about too is how you do this number of rows in section, depending on which sections you're working on, what you return in terms of a count, and then when it goes through that iterator pattern for your table view cells, then it grabs the appropriate section and also the appropriate array, you know, for that index path. So, you know, and if you have more than one section, you know, now I just code this up as if else, you know, here. But if you have more than one, you know, it really would be appropriate for sections for this to turn into a switch statement. So I hope that helps, and have a nice day.